Welcome to the conversation, folks. Today we're diving into that fiery debate over Trump versus the BRICS nations, featuring insights from Einar Tangen as discussed on the live channel.
I'm really looking forward to it. It's a spicy topic, isn't it?
Absolutely, it is. So, we've got this discussion where the central question is Trump losing out in the arena against the emerging BRICS coalition? There's also this curious angle of whether the BRICS bloc is showing signs of internal doubts, given the recent summit in Rio.
Right, and part of the conversation stems from the absence of key figures, like President Xi Jinping, at that summit. That absence seems to be fueling speculations about the bloc's values, correct?
Exactly. That absence definitely stirred up some eyebrows. It raised the question, is the BRICS bloc really living up to its full potential, or are internal dynamics, like expansion challenges, starting to hinder its progress?
Yep, and let me get this straight. The video, streamed live, took a hard look at whether Trump's strategies are failing in the face of a new global power configuration with countries like Brazil, Russia, India, China, and now possibly more. Isn't that so?
Yes, exactly. It's like Trump's approach to international politics is now being questioned in the shadow of a rising bloc that's trying to rewrite global economic and political narratives.
Yeah, right. It's fascinating because on one hand, you have Trump pushing his American-centric policies, and on the other, you have this collective BRICS identity still in evolution. How does the video unpack that contrast?
The video featuring Einar Tangen really digs into how the BRICS nations are navigating internal contradictions. On one side, there's the ambition to form a formidable economic alternative, but then you have issues like composition and timely leadership. Hence, the strategic absence of Xi can be seen as signaling some internal hesitations.
So, in a way, it's kind of like watching a high-stakes chess match where each move is evaluated not just on its immediate impact, but on its long-range effect on global power dynamics, right?
Precisely. It's like each decision, whether it's who shows up at a summit or how the bloc expands, has ripple effects on the overall strategy. And here's where it gets really interesting. The video questions whether expanding the membership might dilute the bloc's focus or even create conflicting priorities.
Indeed. That's a fair point. I mean, doesn't rapid expansion sometimes bring in a mix of values that could undermine the unity of a group trying to project a strong counterweight to the West?
Exactly. It's like imagine you're trying to build a well-oiled machine, but you keep adding parts that weren't designed to work together. It might boost numbers, but does it actually enhance performance?
Right. And, while the video does a good job laying out these concerns, I have to say, isn't there an argument to be made that a mix of different perspectives could also lead to creative solutions in global governance?
That's a valid counterpoint. It's like, well, diversity in strategy might be an asset if managed effectively. The debate seems to pivot on whether unity in vision is more important than expanding the coalition's base.
I agree. So what then does this mean for Trump's role? The video implies that his potential losses in this arena are emblematic of a broader shift in global power, does it not?
Yes, it does. Trump's approach, very bold, very unilateral, is being challenged by a multipolar setup. It's like the era of singular dominance is fading in favor of a more distributed form of power. And this BRICS narrative is a big part of that shift.
Yep. I'm curious about the commentary on economic trends too. They hinted that the US dollar's dominance might be in jeopardy. What do you think about that?
Oh, that's an interesting layer. There was a parallel discussion about how the BRICS coalition could eventually undermine the dollar's role in global finance. It's almost as if the shift against Trump is not just political, but deeply intertwined with the world of finance.
It's like if you have an empire built on a cornerstone that's starting to crack, you wonder how long it will hold before everything shifts.
Right, it's reminiscent of historical shifts. There's always been this idea that when alternative power centers emerge, the existing hegemony gets rattled. We're seeing that play out here with new financial alliances and counterbalances challenging the dollar's stronghold.
Yeah, indeed. Now, let's talk about the personalities. Einar Tangen, with his background at Taipei Institute and as a geopolitical commentator, lends a distinct credibility to these insights. How does the video leverage his expertise?
Einar's expertise really shines through. He brings a layered perspective on geopolitical shifts. His ability to connect the dots between economic trends, political maneuvers, and even cultural narratives makes the argument more compelling. It's not just about Trump or about any one leader, it's about these systemic changes on the global stage.
Absolutely. And how does Dr. Walalu contribute to this dialogue? Was his background in military and intelligence an important factor?
Definitely. Dr. Walalu adds an element of real world strategic insight. With his 15-year career in security and his advisory roles, he brings a practical lens on how these political shifts might affect global security dynamics. That blend of academic insight and practical experience enriches the conversation.
Yeah, that's a crucial balance. There's also that element of timing. The BRICS summit just happened, and the video captures the immediate reactions. How important is that immediacy in shaping opinions?
It's significant. The immediacy gives the conversation a sense of urgency, like, you're catching the wave as it crashes onto the shore. The live aspects and the rapid engagement from viewers add a dynamic layer, showing that these aren't just theoretical debates, they have real time
True,
implications.
true. I've noticed some viewers seem to feel that the absence of Xi might be overinterpreted. Some say that behind the scenes negotiations always mean a lot more than just who is present. What's your take on that?
That's a fair critique. While the video highlights the absence as symbolic, it's also possible that strategic scheduling or other diplomatic reasons could be at play. It's like reading tea leaves. You might see a pattern, but it's not always the whole picture.
I can see that. So, while the narrative frames it as a potential sign of waning values, could there be counterarguments that view it as a calculated maneuver?
Yes, exactly. Some analysts argue that the absence might be a tactical decision rather than a symptom of internal decay. It's this classic debate of perception versus reality in geopolitics.
Right, a healthy skepticism is always good. And let's not forget the broader question. Is this a moment of genuine decline for current US policies, or just a temporary setback in a shifting global order?
That's a deep question. It's like we're at a crossroads where, regardless of one leader's performance, there's a larger, inevitable reordering of influence. The video suggests that Trump's battles are emblematic of this transformation rather than isolated political missteps.
Yeah, I hear you. It almost feels like the conversation is tapping into a historical moment where the old paradigms of power are being challenged by new realities.
Exactly. And this isn't just about elections or individual leaders, it's about redefining the framework of international relations. The BRICS narrative encapsulates a broader desire for a multipolar world where economic might and sovereign decision making start to outsize traditional Western influence.
That makes sense. And what about the media's role in all of this? The video itself is part of a larger global conversation, streamed live, engaging in real time with its audience. What's your view on that?
The media is absolutely a catalyst here. Live streaming and immediate interactions mean that these topics are being discussed, scrutinized, and refined before they even hit mainstream headlines. It's like a public forum that in real time reflects the pulse of global uncertainty and excitement.
Yeah, that interactivity really elevates the debate. So, to wrap it up, whether it's Trump's strategies, the internal dynamics of BRICS, or the overarching shift in global power, the conversation is layered with nuance and urgency, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. It's a complex, multifaceted discussion where every move carries weight. The narrative isn't black and white, but a riveting exploration of emerging global trends with serious implications for power, economics, and international relations.
Very compelling indeed.